It was a humid evening in Manila when the lights of the Grand Talent stage shimmered across the city skyline. The crowd was buzzing, laughter, chatter, camera flashes, the sound of dreams clashing with reality. But backstage, a boy sat alone on a wooden stool. His clothes were wrinkled, his shoes worn thin, and his guitar, though polished lovingly, had a crack running along its side. His name was Liam, only 15, but his eyes carried the quiet heaviness of someone who had seen too much, too soon. He kept glancing at the photo tucked in his guitar case, a faded picture of his mother. She had passed away 2 years ago, working as a hotel cleaner, humming Hotel California every night as a lullaby for her son. That song wasn't just a melody to Liam. It was home. When his number was called, Liam's heart pounded so hard he thought the microphone might pick it up. The judges, 3 well-known faces in the country's biggest talent show, looked down at him. One smiled kindly. The others seemed skeptical. He was, after all, just a thin boy in cheap clothes clutching an old guitar. "Name?" one judge asked. "Liam. Liam Cortez." "And what will you be singing tonight?" "Hotel California by the Eagles." A murmur passed through the audience, a bold choice. A classic, complicated song, especially for a child, but Liam didn't flinch. He took a deep breath, remembered his mother's voice, and began to play. The first few notes floated through the hall, soft and uncertain. But then, something shifted. His fingers found their rhythm. His voice, fragile at first, grew into something beautifully broken. Each word carried the ache of every sleepless night, every empty dinner plate, every memory of his mother's gentle hands wiping away his tears. On the dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair. The audience went silent. Every syllable seemed to bleed with emotion. When he reached the line, "You can check out any time you like, but you can never leave," his voice cracked. But it wasn't weakness. It was truth. Tears rolled down faces across the room. Even the camera crew forgot to move. Liam wasn't just singing. He was reliving. Behind every chord was a memory. The nights he slept on the streets when his rent ran out. The mornings he played on sidewalks to earn coins for bread. The days he spent missing the only person who ever called him my boy. When the last note faded, silence blanketed the hall. Then, a sound. A soft sob. One of the judges, a stern man known for his brutal honesty, had tears streaming down his face. The woman beside him covered her mouth, trying to hold back emotion. The audience erupted in applause, some rising to their feet, others shouting his name. "Liam," the first judge said, voice trembling, "I've heard Hotel California 100 times. But tonight, you gave it a soul I've never heard before." Another leaned forward. "Who taught you to sing like that?" Liam smiled faintly. "My mom. She used to sing it while cleaning hotel rooms. She said music makes even a poor boy rich inside." The crowd went quiet again. The judges looked at each other. Then all 3 stood, a standing ovation from the panel. The host rushed on stage, handing Liam a tissue and a microphone. "How do you feel right now?" Liam wiped his tears. "Happy but sad too. I wish my mom could see me tonight. She always said one day I'd sing on a big stage." From the crowd, a woman's voice suddenly called out, shaky, emotional. "She is watching, Enoch. She's proud of you." Liam froze. It was an elderly woman, his mother's old friend from the hotel where she used to work. She held up a folded uniform, neatly pressed. "She left this for you. She said if you ever got famous, this should remind you where you came from." Liam took the uniform in trembling hands. His tears fell onto the fabric, darkening the faded blue. The audience cried with him. And then, without warning, one of the judges pressed the golden buzzer. Golden confetti exploded from the ceiling. The crowd screamed. Liam covered his face as the lights burst in a shower of gold, falling like blessings from the heavens. The song of his childhood, the lullaby of his loss, had just given him the start of a new life. Weeks later, clips of his performance went viral. Millions watched him sing, crying with him, sharing his story. The boy who had nothing but a cracked guitar and a mother's memory. He was invited to perform around the world. But no matter how far he went, he always carried that old photo in his guitar case. Before every show, he whispered, "This one's for you, Mama." And when he finally recorded his first album, he titled it Hotel Mama, a tribute to the woman who taught him that even the poorest heart can make the richest music. As the camera faded to black, the narrator's voice, soft and sincere, carried the final words. "Sometimes, it's not about fame, or money, or applause. It's about the song that saves you, and